UFC 296 is over. It's been 24 hours. I let my feelings marinate for a little bit before I made this video. Did it deliver? I don't think so. I think on paper and how it was advertised to begin with, I think we had bigger expectations. Now, what those expectations truly are, I can't pinpoint it exactly, but it definitely didn't deliver, right? It wasn't a feeling of like, I don't know, like the other 290, 291. It didn't feel as good after the event. Not because of the fighters that I rooted for lost or anything like that. I just feel like it didn't deliver. I definitely think we took a big hit on the Ian Gary versus Vicente Luque. Not just the story. I think the fight itself, I think it would have been really good. It would have been a great addition to the whole card. It would have made it much better. But anyways, alas, here we are. And I'm going to talk about my impressions of pretty much almost every match that happened on 296. So starting with the prelims, I kept an eye on this guy, Shamil Gaziev. He was in the Contender Series. I remember watching him. He's representing Bahrain, but he's pretty much also one of those Russian guys, from Central Asia or near Central Asia. You get the point, right? So he is very, very good, and he proved it in his debut. He might be actually a big trouble for the heavyweight division. We'll see as time tells. He might even get better. He's not the youngest, but he's pretty good, and I think for the heavyweight division, he's got a lot more to show, and he will be a problem, I believe. But it was a good fight, good win for him. Tremendous knockout. Knockout in the second round. Next one is Andre Fili, another good comeback story. He told Joe Rogan at the end, he knocked out his opponent, and he told him, like, hey, you don't remember probably. Of course he doesn't remember. Joe Rogan interviewed so many fighters. Back 10 years ago, he had his first interview after a win. He went through a roller coaster ever since, and now he's back on track, and he had a win. So good for him. Good story. Next fight, as expected, Tagir Ulanbekov, which is a cousin of the Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam's Makhachev's family. He submitted Cody Durden. We didn't expect nothing more, nothing less. Good for him. Then we had a stellar performance from Ariane Lipski, also in the prelims. So we're done with the early prelims. Ariane Lipski, she submitted Casey O'Neill. That was a good fight. Great performance by her. She definitely deserved that win. Then, actually a really, really good year for Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt, this is his second win of the year. Last year, he didn't fight at all. He got a canceled fight. 2021 was horrible. And, of course, he never really got back to his old true self ever since those battles with TJ Dillashaw. But now it's like we're getting a glimpse of the old Cody, and he's been in the game for a long time. He's not even by any chance old. He's 32 years of age. It's good to see him kind of back on track. I want to see him more, and we'll see how actually competitive he is in that division, which is a very, very tough division, but really good to see him get that TKO win over Brian Kelleher. Great job. Then, whoever says women MMA sucks, I'm sorry, but you're a complete moron. I don't care who you are, but if you say that, you're a moron. The fight between Irene Aldana and Carol Rosa, that was amazing. That fight was a banger. It went to decision, but boy, oh boy, what a banger of a fight. I enjoyed. I was on my seat the whole match. Incredible, especially Irene. She got a beating on her leg, but she kicked the hell out of Carol Rosa, beat her. Amazing fight. Then we had another feature prelim. That was Alonzo Menifield versus Dustin Jacoby. Incredible fight. Really incredible fight. Dustin Jacoby actually landed so much volume, landed way more shots, way more significant shots. But Alonzo Menifield got this. I wasn't sure who's going to win this, and Alonzo took it just because he dealt more damage with his shots, and he had a takedown. 1 out of 2 takedowns. So two attempted takedowns, he managed to get one at a crucial moment, and he just landed way more bigger damaging punches, and that was the deciding factor. Interesting match, really cool, and that's how we ended the prelims. And we thought, like, hey, if it goes on like this, but it didn't really go that way. The main card started with what was previously a feature prelim. Now it got bumped to the pay-per-view, and good for them. I wish they were on the press conference as well. So Bryce Mitchell versus Josh Emmett. By the way, I made a prediction. You can check out my video. I'm not deleting anything, not hiding anything. I was 3 out of 5. It's not bad. Honestly, not bad. I expected 3 to 4 that I'm going to get right. Getting everything right is hard, but I'll keep trying. But 3 out of 5. This is the match I did not predict correctly. I actually went for Bryce Mitchell here, and boy, was I wrong. Oh my God, Josh Emmett. That was one of the most brutal knockouts I've ever seen. That knockout, he had an overhand right on Bryce, and geez, oh Louise, that was horrible. I mean, the guy had a seizure. I don't remember if I seen a fighter get a seizure like that. It looked serious. I really hope that Bryce is okay, and moving forward, I don't know. He needs a long break. I mean, that did not look good at all. I was scared for Bryce, honestly. That punch was, geez, oh Louise. I mean, damn. Josh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry for betting against you, man, but wow. Josh Emmett. It makes me question, how good is Josh Emmett? Josh Emmett lost to Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is freaking unbeaten. He's threatening to take over the title over the king, Volkanovski. And especially if he manages to get that title, I mean, this will prove how Josh is good. Or however that fight ends up, we'll see. What if Volkanovski barely beats Topuria? I know MMA math is weird, but Josh Emmett is damn good. This man has so much power. I knew he hit hard, but boy, oh boy. I don't think Bryce is horrible, to be honest, but yeah, he didn't see this coming. I don't know. Of course, it's a short notice fight, in all fairness to Bryce, but that's what I said. To my point in my prediction, this is just as a short notice fight for Bryce, it was for Josh Emmett. But Josh Emmett freaking delivered, man. You knock out a grappler like that with an overhand baseball bat. Good for Josh. And I hope Bryce recovers. Man, oh man. That was a crazy, crazy knockout. All right, moving on. The highly anticipated return of Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson returns versus Paddy the Pimblett, and it went as I predicted. It could have easily ended in first round. If it was any other fighter, honestly, it would have ended in the first round. But Tony's sheer will and determination not to fall, and you can see it, he really wanted to win. Is in all the other matches as well. I mean, you had, if you remember that submission attempt from Oliveira, I mean, that could have broken the arm of him. It was seconds away, but he didn't tap out. It was the end of the round. Just like this man in the first round, I mean, Paddy the Pimblett delivered a flurry of shots. That could have ended pretty much almost anybody. The knee was the one that grounded Tony, and he could have finished him off, but Tony scrambled and somehow survived. And then it was just a clinical performance by Paddy on the ground. He kept him down. He did as he pleased. Tony did a little bit of his elbows from the back, but he didn't even try to get up. Paddy took him down twice, I believe, and that was just enough. I mean, clinical performance by Paddy. Paddy is good. I knew this. I knew he was better than Tony. I don't know if he's still, up for the top 3, 4, 5 guys, but time will tell. He has some qualities. He definitely has some more room for improvement, and I think he improved technically quite a bit from his last match. And but yeah, I think his foot was also pretty swollen after this fight as well. So we'll see. Hopefully he didn't re-injure his foot or anything like that. But as expected, now even Dana White is saying, Tony, you should retire. It's over, really. I said this 2 fights ago, probably, maybe even 3 fights ago, that Tony should retire, and I still stand by. My prediction was correct. Tony is done. Doesn't matter if you have the cardio to go for. You're not the same fighter from the past. Your time has passed. You as a fighter, he should move on. He should be a coach and save some of the brain cells that he's got left, honestly. Next fight was Stephen Thompson versus Wonderboy. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. I predicted this correctly. I said that it's going to be a tricky fight for Shavkat. He's got to be careful, and he was pretty careful. People didn't like it. He held him against the cage. He was, doing what he had to do to win. But hey, he ended up with an 18th win, 18th finish, a freaking 18 matches, 18 wins, 18 finishes. He submitted Wonderboy Thompson, the first person to ever submit Wonderboy Thompson. I mean, come on, guys. This guy is so goddamn good. And does he deserve a title shot? Abso-freaking-lutely, yes. But does Bilal deserve it? Yeah, sure, Bilal deserves it. But in all honesty, we'll talk about this more, but I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is the biggest threat to the champion right now, to Leon Edwards. He is the biggest threat in the division. What's next for him? It doesn't matter. He's going to win. To be honest, I'm betting on all the way to Shavkat Rakhmonov up until the title fight. Then we'll talk about it. If he doesn't get the title shot right now, that's okay. He's like one fight away from a title shot if they don't give him a title shot, to be honest. And I think the only other fight that makes sense for him right now, if it's not going to be Leon Edwards, it's Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman, if he wants a way to get back to the title conversation, he has to fight Shavkat. I mean, that's plain and simple. Bilal can get it, sure. I don't care at this point. Sure, he can get it. He's annoying. He's really annoying. Give him the title shot. But if Bilal loses to Leon Edwards, I don't want to hear about it. Anyways, co-main event. Brandon Royval versus Alexander Pantoja. So, Pantoja, I was wrong about this, man. I actually thought that Brandon is going to make some good adjustments, that he has what it takes, that he's hungry enough. I mean, he did show the will. He did show determination. He went the full 5 rounds, 25 minutes, but he lost. Pantoja was clinical. He's relentless. His pace was incredible. That was championship level fighting from him. And kudos to him. He deserves that title. He defended the belt. He even said, oh, I know he's a little boring. No, it wasn't boring. To me, maybe to a lot of people are haters. They don't really appreciate this kind of skill. To me, he was fun. That was what I want to see. I want to see a championship level fight. Incredible, dominating performance. His grappling is out of this world. The pace, it's a beauty to watch. The positions and everything. And trust me, I saw Brandon. Brandon tried everything in his power to beat him, to get himself in a better position. But Pantoja is just that good. He followed through. He got a little bit tired in the end, but after such a strong pace, I mean, it's no surprise at all. So yeah, I want to see more from Pantoja, and I think he's capable, definitely, of defending the title at least once. It might get tough. There's some other competitors, other dogs. It's going to be interesting in the flyweight division for sure. But yeah, I believe the next title eliminator is Brandon Moreno versus Abdil Aziz. I forgot his name. Aziz, the guy. You know the guy. Yeah, so that's going to be fun. Going to be fun times for the flyweight division. All right, moving to the final and the main event of the evening, and that was the championship title between Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. I have to start with Colby. So I am totally surprised. I am baffled how one man goes from being so popular to being the most hated and booed guy in the arena in just a matter of a few days, not even a whole week. We started the fight week with a lot of people praising Colby, going for Colby, saying bad things about Leon, Colby this, Colby that, and then he insulted his dead father. He lost a lot of people. He lost me there. Honestly, he lost me there. I made the video about it and I said it. I mean, that's way over the line. Too much. I don't care what character you're playing, what that is. It's too low, too lame. And apparently a lot of people agree with me. And his whole shtick is, I'm cocky, I'm playing this character or not playing the kid. It doesn't even matter at this point if he is or he isn't playing truly a character. He's just an asshole. But it worked as long as he delivered with his performance as a fighter, right? If you're winning, if you're doing what you're supposed to do in the octagon, you can get away with stuff like that. You can promote fights. It will make sense. Even the Kamaru Usman fights, which he lost, he said, oh yeah, they robbed me in the first one. He had something to back it up. He did have, indeed, that, if you guys remember, that low kick that wasn't really a low kick, could have been a liver shot, could have won even there. The decision also was varied in that first fight. The second fight, he even admits, he lost to Kamaru, he gave Kamaru props, and that's fine, right? He's one of the best welterweights of all time. Then he came back and he beat his arch nemesis, old friend, Jorge Masvidal. So he still had something to work with. But man, oh man, even now with this insult, he's like, okay, but if he comes and delivers, he dominates, he beats, gets the title, we will forget about the insult. It worked. He got into his head. We would have said that, right? It's nasty, but it works. But when you come and to the finals, you go and you try to get that title back, and you said everybody before was, oh, they stole it from me. I was unlucky. This was my chance. And you deliver such a pathetic performance. This was nothing more than a horrible, pathetic performance by Colby Covington. Whether he can or can't do more, I don't care. It was horrible. It was boring to watch. And he just fought like a pussy. There's no way around it. There's no way of beating around the bush. He literally, in the post-fight conference, if you watch it, you guys will see, oh yeah, he was threatening with the knee, talking about Leon Edwards and his stance. Oh, he confused me. He's usually in southpaw. Now he's an orthodox. He had his leg ready, his knee, his left side was open. He was scared. He was scared to get knocked the heck out in front of the whole arena, in front of the whole world, in front of Donald Trump. He was literally scared. Pussy move. I'm sorry, you're a pussy, bro. There's no way of rounding it. And fighting like that, and you're thinking that you can stick with your stick and say like, oh yeah, I won rounds 3, 4, 5. No, you did not. Maybe he won the 4th and the 5th. The first 3 rounds, he definitely did not win. And the fact that you have 2 takedowns out of 10 attempts, and Leon Edwards has 2 takedowns out of 3 attempts, he beat you in that field. He almost submitted him. Now let's talk about Leon Edwards. I said this before. We don't give Leon Edwards enough credit. You can say a lot of things about him. Oh, he's boring. His personality is not there. He's a fighter that avoids fights. He's inactive, but he's a damn good fighter. Like I said, a man doesn't beat Kamaru Usman twice for no reason. And as I said about his ground game, it's very underrated. He's the guy that took down Kamaru Usman. Now he took down twice Colby Covington, and he actually held him there for quite a bit of time as well. Almost submitted him as well. There was 2 really, really close scenarios. But he did just enough. You could even criticize him for this performance. He did just enough to win. Also, you got to give him hats off for his composure. After receiving such an insult, he remained calm, composed. He did what he's supposed to do to retain the title. That's what matters. He defended the belt once again. This is his 2nd title defense. And no, he's not going to middleweight. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. He's staying in 170. Doesn't matter who's next. You want Bilal? Give him Bilal. I feel confident that he's going to beat Bilal Muhammad. I think the biggest threat to Leon Edwards is Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think that guy is something special. But hats off to Leon Edwards. He's a true champion. And he showed also a human side to him. He says, I actually cried after he said that. He loves his dad. Maybe his dad wasn't the best person. Maybe he was a criminal. But it was his dad. And, it got murdered. For that reason, he ended up into sports, into MMA. He's doing something good. He's making a life for himself, for his family, and he's damn good. We should be happy that he's into MMA because he's that damn good. We should give the credit to where it's due, and that's Leon Edwards. Colby, it's just amazing how one guy went from being so liked to so disliked to showing an absolutely pathetic performance. Even Dana White said, you look old and slow. It was horrible. I mean, even now, they're like, oh, would you fight Shavkat? No, I want to fight Stephen Wonderboy. Of course you want to fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I'm not even sure with this kind of performance if he would beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I mean, yeah. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I could go on for days about this, man. But it was very disappointing to see you. Even though I was rooting for Leon, but I expected a better fight. But Leon, I can't blame Leon. Leon did what he's supposed to do, and he's the champion for a reason, defending the belt for the 2nd time. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be a champion for quite a bit some more time. And we'll talk about more other stuff that happened out of the octagon. But, yeah, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever. Give me a like for the algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe to OctaCage MMA. I'll see you in the next one.